and still undefeated after the first game, of course. So they deservingly so. You know, we talked about in that winter bracket semifinal match that we saw them play against Moe's Tavern, and looking strong and doing the same thing here. I mean, you know, got a little rocky there in that game. I mean, Blue Dingo Ball is definitely showing they can most certainly compete, and wouldn't be surprised to see Game 3 at all. But in the end, Don does take care of business and gets it done. So bans here. Look at that, Ophelia right away taken out. Cthulhu Font Silhouette Parasite. Okay,
Tremble?
so yeah,
Tremble
left open.
I think Certes loves playing Jet. I thought so.
Okay.
It's another one of those heroes that he's kind of sort of signature for. Even before Tremble got buffed, actually, he used to pick up all the time, and it was so frustrating because they play it so well. I mean, they love ganking and they love, you know, that kind of aggressive playstyle. And Certes is one of those carries that really does utilize, you know, the early aggression, even if he is the carry. So expect a lot of sort of movement even before level 6. It wouldn't surprise me.
Oh yeah, you know, it's early on in this guy's career as far as at least what we've seen. I mean, I'm sure he's been around for a while, but as far as, you know, us getting exposure now and being Honcast and stuff. But, you know, I do see a little bit of Slicks in him. I mean, just being active, you know, that's what Slicks got a lot of attention for, is being a very active carry. He makes aggressive plays. A lot of the time worked out. Sure, there were some times where you're just like, oh god, he's just diving like crazy and he dies, but you know, most of the times it seems like it works out, and he's not afraid to also play, you know, different kind of carries too.
Yep.
So, and that's kind of a good correlation.
Oh,
yeah, correlation.
Beaver Bang is back, and he's got his Gemini.
They didn't ban Gemini this time. Here we go. Okay, you know, Quincy, you know, he brought up the Beaverbanger played in the semifinals. He brought up a stat how he went something like 600 plus goal per minute within the current Caldivar. He went 600 plus goal per minute in that semifinal matchup as well, and that's why we saw that ban. You know, we were talking about last game, despite him not even being here. But yeah, he is back, and he's going to be playing it. Go figure. So now this is interesting now, because yeah, sure, Tremble's fun for Dawn and everything, but I think they're happy they got Gemini. That's what I'll say about that. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw Beaverbang absolutely destroyed with Gemini the last couple of games, and we wouldn't be surprised to see it here. I mean, it could be like a good old Beaverbanger versus Certes on Tremble, so you never know. Two carry players going at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going to be fun to see indeed. The band's coming out here. Electrician right off the bat being banned here. Kind of interesting there, but Bubbles then to follow. So, I mean, outside of the carries, though, of course, Magnus, Rhapsody, and, you know, speaking of stats and everything, you know, I believe Quincy brought up the stat line recently, and those two heroes together especially seems like they do very well, so not surprising. Definitely some of the more popular heroes in general. Madman and Torturer, on the other hand, for Dawn, but this is definitely going to be more the Suicide Madman game. Or, man, I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't speak too soon. I mean,
no, I'm pretty sure, because Certes on Tremble will most likely be in the short lane, most likely 1v1, and Dawn might pick up a jungler or even go tri-lane. So, I mean, you might not see Madman in the Suicide lane, but you probably see him even mid. And they won't pick up another sort of carry. They probably need an initiator and another support or jungle player or jungle hero. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, so I'm definitely intrigued to see this kind of new Tremble, though. We did, I believe we saw it once in one of the matches that we covered either on Thursday or Tuesday. And, I mean, he did do well from what I recall, and I think his team won. Honestly, I'm not even 100% sure. Okay, they did win.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. Ooh, Drent's timing out right here. That's not good. He happens to be the captain for the team, so hopefully, yeah, that's a little awkward. So hopefully it does reconnect here shortly, and won't be too much of an issue here, but worst case, you know, might have to remake if it ends up randoming here or whatever. Well, actually, when it comes to the bans, you know, hopefully not. Anyway, we'll wait and see. But yeah, Tremble again. Intrigued to see, you know, with the changes and everything, how he ultimately shapes up here for Dawn, and specifically in the hands of Serta. So I was double checking again. There's one other match going on right now. Rexars versus Moe's Tavern. Yeah, Rexars versus Moe's Tavern. Let me see if I can actually get a player from that. See, I believe they are still in game number 1. I updated the brackets, and it still says.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's game number 2.
Are they in 2?
I just saw some. Yeah, I saw some people leave the game, so I'm pretty sure it's game number 2.
Rexars is up 1-0. There you go. There's an update right there. Okay, so there you go. Again, moving on, and the loser of this will play the winner of that series tomorrow. So, okay, so yeah, apparently he off of the Skype and everything, so yeah, having some overall internet issues, unfortunately. You see the team's like, we don't know. He's the captain. That's kind of funny. Could try to work together right here. So they say that's not really a Rampage ban. That's instead a Tempest ban. Yeah, but the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Rampage ban. I mean,
It's be surprised.
Yeah.
There's so many random heroes that like Hans or other these teams are sort of starting to pick up, and it makes sense though. I mean, with this kind of meta, it's a lot less harsh to pick up, you know, variety of heroes. In the old meta, in terms of team fight, you can only really pick up heroes that were good in team fights. But now I'm starting to see, you know, like people like Tremble, maybe not the strongest of team fighters, but could definitely have a lot of presence in terms of sort of carry potential and sort of split potential as well.
No,
Oh, it's
no,
random.
calm down.
I got so excited, man. I was so excited to see like a sort of a random support like Pearl, and then I remembered it was randomed.
Yeah. Yeah, Pearl's fun for sure, but hey, it wouldn't even have to be a support. We've seen that with that short lane Pearl being played. So, yeah, not gonna be Pearl. It's Drunken Master. It looks like coming out for, darn, just a Drunken Master. So again, obviously we will be having a remake here, and now it's just a case that hopefully Drents gets whatever the issue is figured out shortly, and then won't have too much of a delay here. But so
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, one thing I was going to say though is that I'm really surprised. Like, I mean, this sort of stat brought up by Quincy, 42% win rate on Drunken Master. I mean, this is the time before Drunken Master received these nerfs, and now he's received these nerfs. I mean, yeah, he has sort of fallen off a little bit, but we're still sort of seeing him being picked up, and I'm kind of surprised about it. I mean, he had a low win rate before the nerfs, and then after the nerfs, I can only imagine his win rate to go down as well.
Yeah,
so.
well, Quincy's bringing up a point right here, and I want to say we said the same thing yesterday, and he brought it, or on Thursday, yeah, exactly. Orange played him 10 times, and they went 0-10 with him, so it's like, you take that into consideration. I mean, nothing against or not Orange, Ogre, but yeah, that's obviously, so maybe a little bit skewed right there, but yeah, I mean, he did get those nerfs, so understandably that, definitely dying off a little bit there. Okay, Kraken, it looks like, Witch Slayer, or Slayer, as they call it. So
Slayer!
The Witch Slayer. Gonna be coming out, okay, so, I'm seeing the Pearl there, it's like, okay. So we have to, it's not Pearl and Solstice, it's Rhapsody, Gemini, Magnus, Drunken, and Witch Slayer, okay.
That could still somewhat work, though. If they wanted to lane that, I mean, I think they could. But.
So, yeah, right. Yeah, so that'd be fun if they're like, you know what, actually we like this lineup. We happen to random it, but sure, it works out. No. Witch Slayer's secondary support, then, I'm guessing, is probably...
one of those, I mean, we keep going about this over and over again, but I do love to sort of see the sort of support heroes that are offer a little bit more outside of the laning phase, because whenever I play support, and I hate playing those laning supports that after 10 minutes you have no impact into the game. But heroes like Pearl, heroes like Polywog Priest, and like Witchler as well have that impact outside the laning phase and can make you yourself feel like your team needs you almost. In support, you can kind of feel like, I just buy the wards, but I like to sort of see those sort of outside the box sort of support picks like Witchler. So
yeah.
I mean, and they can work really, really well. I mean, you could just gank any hero just with, let's say, the Magnus plus the Witchler, and it can really work quite well. So wouldn't be surprised if we see that here as well.
All right, so we're loading in here again. It looks like Trent's still not reconnected, so maybe he's just simply waiting for the next game again. So kind of cross our fingers right here, and hopefully that's the case. So might go on a little bit of a break here, depending on what that situation is. Just gonna kind of get it figured out and see what's going to be happening. But so obviously this game will be remade, and then I'll have to kind of determine from there. So. But yeah, again, with all this said too, we are going to be coming back tomorrow, obviously, to wrap up these qualifiers. So sure, we get one team here that's going to be going to Diamond between these guys, but we're also going to be finding out which team is going to be joining them, of course, come tomorrow.
What's your predictions, Breaking?
Well, okay. Dawn, I think, guys, the way they're playing, they're looking so strong that I think that they could definitely wrap up this series, so... but we'll see. But yeah, so yeah, maybe Don. And then if I had to predict it from the losers bracket, who's up? Rexar's up. Yeah, Rexar's up 1-0 now. I want to say Rexar's. I do.
So do I. But I mean, Blue Dingle did beat Rexar's already. So.
That's true. That is true. They did beat them in their semifinals, and we actually casted Game 2 and 3 of that. Remember, we jumped into that one, so I don't know. It's tough.
I think Dawn will go through. If it's not now, it's going to be through the lose bracket as well. I'm pretty sure Dawn will go through. I mean, they've played absolutely fantastic, and as a result, I mean, they deserve to go through. I think, and I think they will as well. But compared to Blue Dingles and Rex, I was like, they're so close. I mean, we didn't actually see game 1 of them when they played, but game 2 and 3 was quite close, to be fair. So I don't know. If you had to put me on the spot, I would say Blue Dingleballs, but that's just my opinion.
All right. Yeah, it's obviously these 4 teams ultimately remaining, so it's going to be 2 out of the 4. One of these 2 teams specifically. So, again, it looks like we are back in the lobby. They're making a mention that unfortunately he's still not back on Skype yet. So, what we'll probably do, let's just go ahead and take a short break right here. You know, pending on the length and get some updates here. You know, if anything will come back, but hopefully it's just a simple we'll come back and we'll jump into the game kind of deal. So. We're going to go to a short break right here, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, I do apologize, obviously. So, little delays here, but hopefully not too much longer before we're going to be jumping back in to what's going to be game number 2 of this series. Oh, somebody just joined, actually, as I said that. Are they going to... Okay, that's right. They did bring Beaverbanger in for this, so maybe they just might go with a new 5 even. Right here. It looks like Art of Foe, or Art of Pho.
He was in before this.
Was he? Well, then is it Cholo Simeon? Was he the one that?
No. I think it was Swift Lane was subbed in from Beaver Banger, and then Swift Lane's back. I'm pretty sure.
Really? So I would think Swift Lane would be one of their mains. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me look at the stream right here. It's what am I saying? I'm having a low quality. I can't really see. No, Swift Flame was in there. No, yeah, it was Artifa. It was.
Oh, okay.
He was the one not there. So. Oh, look at Dawn, by the way. As well, people can't see, but you know.
They're all
tagged up now. I like it.
I like it as well.
They're like
so fancy.
Yeah, they're like, you know, we might be making Diamond Division. We got to get serious now. I like that. It's just so much easier too. Like just visually on the eyes.
Do it.
And just do it. I mean, really, guys, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah. Like I'm not saying like we're a Nike advert, but just do it.
Do you really need to be in your random clans? Come on.
It's Surtaze is still in E, so like he needs to tag up. He's the captain. Like you got to set your example.
Yeah, so that's very true. Nike it up. All right, so they do get they got Art of Fun here, but I don't. So they might just simply be deciding right now. Maybe they're gonna wait like a couple of minutes. So we'll just take a short break. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a short break right here. But we should have game number 2 going to be coming back at you again. Blue Dingle Balls versus Dawn. This is game 2. Dawn up 1-0, trying to move on to the grand finals here. But more importantly, qualify for. Okay, never mind. Screw it. You know what? Just screw it. We're playing now. Oh well. Okay, so we're actually going to be playing now. So never mind. I had my great outro going and they ruin everything. Into a game we go. Okay, so that's the good news. So now I'm hoping that you know all of a sudden Dren says the show back up, and as this game starts, I'm like, oh, let's remake again. But we'll see what happens here. Oh, really? And now this is gonna happen. Welcome to Han Tour, Mini Maggot. This is just the beginning of. I mean, I love the lot. And don't get me wrong, the automated system, it's amazing. I can only imagine from a player perspective how nice it is too, knowing that you literally just you join your lobby by pressing the button, and you're in it, and it sets it all for you. It sets the server and everything. That makes sense. You just hit ready up, and then you're good to go, and automatically goes into the game. So having that system in place is pretty badass, and. I think it's been quite the success, safe to say, in terms of accomplishing that. But, okay, it looks like... But, yeah, what I was getting at, I mean, at the same time there are the few issues that unfortunately do happen. And remake's kind of one of them. But, all right, so those aren't actual bans, remember. No Riptides being banned here. For real, at least.
Talking of Riptide, I would like to see how it would work in competitive HON. I think it could work kind of similar like a Tremble, I think I said before, but there's only one way to really test it, and obviously that's just seeing how it works in practice, of course.
Yeah. Alright, so as long as everyone picks the right heroes, it should be good. God, that takes me back all the way to this was way before your time, probably. No, this is at the very beginning of when I first started casting and everything. It was the first tournament, really. It was 5 versus We Heart Pigs. What was it? It was the banning draft final. It was for the opening of Heroes of New Earth, the launch party. That's what it was. The launch party of Heroes of New Earth back in, 2010 or whatever it was. 5 versus We Heart Pigs was at a LAN finals, and they had to keep remaking the game because they kept re-picking the wrong heroes. Specifically one player. I forget. It wasn't Fogged. I don't want to call him out, but it might have been Fogged, actually. No, it was somebody. But anyways. Oh boy, good times. Back when Angry Testy actually competed in Heroes of New Earth. Those were some good days. Back when the meta was old turtling. Back when Defiler was a hero to reckon with. Man, that hero. Speaking of a good hero that we don't see.
Yeah, I think the hero is still good. I mean, we saw Internet Gangsters actually pick her up. I used to actually, I think in Cycle 2 or Cycle 1, or the Fire Rises. They played around with it a little bit, and the hero did well, honestly. It's just one of those one-hit wonders kind of that sort of fell off completely. We haven't seen it for a while, but I think, did it get buffs recently?
Who, Defiler? Yeah. I want to say.
I think it was
the old
stats
cement,
buff.
maybe.
I think it was minor stats buff. I think.
Maybe. I think the ultimate, like the move speed of the ghost got like
Maybe,
increased.
yeah.
Even a little bit. That would have been a while ago. Though. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, no. So the thing that I love about the hero especially is not only the ultimate's so freaking strong for pushing and whatnot, but in team fights, but her silence, her AOE silence. You think Bloodhunter's single target silence is really strong? Her AOE silence is similar duration, I believe. I'll have to double check here real quickly, but it's up there as far as the amount of seconds. It's like at least 5 seconds, if not longer. Let's see. It's up to 6 seconds at level 4, and that's an AoE of 900. No, that's a 900 range, but still, the AoE is pretty damn big. It doesn't actually say right here how big it is, but anyway, we're talking about a hero that we're never going to see. So what are we doing?
We might. We never know, man. Like with the new Hauntor Season 3, like I expect a lot of random picks. I mean, like I know obviously Instant Reflex is not going to be in Diamond, but I mean the captain Nakami is saying, oh yeah, I've got a lot of sort of tricks up my sleeve and a lot of out-and-out picks that I think could definitely work in the meta. I mean, and if like a team only in gold are sort of saying that, I can only imagine the top teams in Diamond who want to get just that extra little bit of an advantage over their teams are going to do the same as well. So
yeah. Defiler was one of the few heroes that was not actually played in CIC.
Quincy, can you do me a stat and tell me all the heroes that weren't picked up in Carnage Cadaver? Put them on the spot.
I mean, there's probably at least 30 to 40 heroes, so that's going to be a big list.
No, I think there was. Yeah, so 93 that were picked up. Yeah,
okay.
So there's 110. So only
no,
20.
there's 120 now. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So you figure you do the math, yeah. So about 30 maybe at the most that weren't used.
He's our stats man. He should.
That's true. Come on. Right on the ball. 94 heroes are picked. So
which one's won?
Yeah, list off what heroes are picked, and give stats for each one. No, let's not do that. Let's not fill up chat with just all that information. But that's pretty cool to see, though. Honestly, I mean, 94 heroes picked throughout the Carnage Cultivar fan. I'm happy with that. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
I'm very happy with that as far as the amount of diversity we've seen. And hell, these qualifiers, I wouldn't be surprised if the qualifiers are also up there as far as the amount of heroes we've seen played.
Yeah, I mean, and also the new sort of up and coming patch. Obviously, I'm not going to leak any new sort of balance notes, but I have to admit, there's quite a big balance patch, and I mean, there's a lot of changes that are going to probably change, or at least include a lot more different heroes in the up and coming meta. So I mean, that's even more variety in the competitive scene, which is something to get excited about, of course.
Man, I don't even know what you're talking about. You're just super secret, apparently.
Super secret, man. I can't leak. Waza will kill me. Like.
Yeah, he probably would. So best to stay away from that. Speaking of that, actually, Taro. We finally talk about her too. Taro's gonna be coming out. Oh man,
it's well crazy though how because obviously I've seen this sort of hero up and coming in SPT.
Yeah.
And the kind of backstory behind it is changed completely, and I love the way they've sort of introduced her into Hon. But yeah, like when you sort of play her, you sort of play her from like almost like a base of a hero. But the way they sort of changed her and changed the backstory is quite remarkable. I have to admit the sort of creative design it do wonders for like the basic heroes that we give them or we sort of practice in SBT. And then they have like a whole like backstory to them and sort of design for it. It's really crazy how well they do actually.
I can vouch for that. Yeah, it's a hero. Changes quite a bit throughout the SBT process and throughout new heroes as far as both the direction they're going, skill set, even their background as you're talking about. So this is kind of an interesting start right here, though. Speaking of this game here, Magnus actually going to do a creep lane pull. They are an aggressive tri-lane being ran up top here. He gets frozen initially, but he just really doesn't even care at the same time. Kind of walks back. Witchler actually takes the aggro from him, and they're going to pull it into the lane right here. So interesting setup here. It's going to be a Tremble tri-lane. Tremble, Torture, and Glacius. You got Kraken mid, Madman bottom.
Yeah, I'm just saying Magnus needs to control this creep wave because Witchstar was taking so much damage. Like the buckler on Magnus needs to, but at least they do have the lane shop here in the tri-lane. And I have to admit, I think the tri-lane coming out from Legion is a little bit stronger than Tremble's tri-lane because obviously the stun coming out from Magnus is a little bit more useful. But when me and Beef actually casted Tremble, it was a dual lane, and Tremble did so much work in the dual lane. And we might see it here in the tri-lane as well, so do be surprised if that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to hide in those mountains, of course. But yeah, Tremble just doesn't seem like the most, the fact that he doesn't have a stun, I mean, speaks for it right there, of course, without his ultimate at least. It's like, is he really the most effective in that tri-lane setup? Now, I will say it's kind of that beefy target, especially having that Q of his, the Dark Swarm, being able to activate that when need be, and also do some decent damage. Pretty good, but he's going to be pretty passive for now, sitting back in the mounds. Trying to just leech experience. And Magnus says, screw this, we're going to go on. We're the aggressive play style, baby. Torture's in trouble. Staccato Sun's coming out. Magnus actually dropping low as well. Torture will fall, but at what cost here? Magnus, the Impalement still doing plenty of damage, and it will be enough for the counter kill. All right, so it's your case of, well, they got the Bloodlust, but they did lose their farming hero to kill a Torturer.
I'm surprised Magnus didn't level up the Steam buff straight after. Like, he just killed the top lane. They're going in again.
Yeah, oh my god, look at that damage. Tremble! You cannot underestimate that damage. Holy crap, the Autotex alone is on top of the Dark Storm getting the kill, but Glacius will fall as Magnus did pour it in. Now, there's the big difference right there. Magnus poured it in, Torture did not. He is still running back, actually, to the lane, and especially in these really aggressive tri-lanes, that could be a difference there. We are going to have a vote to pause now. On top of it all,
you saw the damage coming out from Tremble, though. So much damage, and that was only level 2. But yeah, going back to the Magnus, like when he went in actually on the Torturer, he killed the Torturer, got level 2, and didn't level up Steam Buff immediately. And I thought he could have been alright if he just sort of Steam Buffed away from the Tremble and Glacius, but in the end does still fall. And I think, although he did get the Bloodlust, I think Legion got the Bloodlust. Sorry, I think actually that went in favour of Hellborn because look at Tremble, 300 GPM, because he got that kill and then the assist after that, and he's level 3 as well. So I mean, already. Hellborn tri-lane looking very, very strong already.
Yeah, he's going to keep leveling up the mounds, of course. Not too surprising to see that. Make them more impactful, which is the health regen, the move speed, and even allowing him to apply more. Obviously I keep wanting to call it Twin Fangs, but the Impalers, not something. You're going to be leveling up until later on, of course, as it really starts taking off when you get more of those proc-based items. And again, I think I brought this up last time, but I would love to see something like that Thunderclaw. I mean, we still get to see Thunderclaw, man.
I mean, if we're going to see it, we're going to see it on this hero because Thunderclaw is the perfect synergy with Tremble. I mean, like, you can always proc twice with it pretty much. So, I mean, if we're not going to see it on Tremble, I don't think we're ever going to see it, put it simply.
Yeah. Well, Drunken Master taking some damage at the bottom lane. He's going to be fine in the end. It's him and Madman going at it. So, yeah, let's take a closer look at the solo lanes real quickly right here before action picks up again. Drunken Master... what are we looking at? He is 16-5. You got Madman currently at 12-2. So Drunken is having the better time. Is there top lane action? No, not yet. Middle lane, Gemini is 14-6. Kraken 16-4. So a lot of back and forth there. Nothing too overwhelming in either lane, but anything really standing out to you there? Is it just like, okay, well, They're doing their thing.
Yeah, I think Kraken does win that matchup, actually.
Top lane. Here we go. Magnus Dunn's in on both the supporting cast right there. Witchslayer with the follow-up. The Disco Inferno is doing plenty of damage as well. Glacius will fall, but now Rhapsody, he may fall victim to Tremble in the background. Yes, he will. So, again, a 1-for-1 exchange. Tremble level 4 now, putting in more auto attacks. Again, the damage pretty intense. Witchslayer picks up boot, though. Magnus Dunn's back in. There's the Graveyard to follow, and down goes Torture. But now Witchslayer in Tremble. The quick miniaturization slows him down a little bit, but it's not enough. Tremble gets another kill, and he may get Magnus depending on this port in. He's going to get Magnus as well. Staccato Stun just too late. He hits level 6. He started that at early level 4. Now he's level 6 all of a sudden. Oh, man, and he's going to have Boris.
150 GPM, 4 minutes in. What the hell is this Tremble, man?
That is crazy. Madman, what are you doing? You're going mad. He's diving big time at the bottom lane right here. Well, no, Drunken Master is going to fight him off, and Madman, well, he will run away. So, but yeah, that is ridiculous. Tremble is he's just fine. He's like, you know what, pick off my supports. I don't care. I have 450 gold per minute. It's tapering off a little bit, sure, but he's level 6. He's 4-0-1. He's got Boris, and that's what I said before. He doesn't, you know, until he's level 6, he doesn't have a stun. Well, now he's got a stun. 2 assists, so.
I don't know if Legion can even stay up here now. I honestly don't. Like, although they're sort of somewhat even on kills in terms of the tri-lane, I don't know if they can even lane up here. This Tremble is level 6, got steam boots. Look at how passive this Legion tri-lane is. They are petrified of this level 6 Tremble.
Yeah. And understandably so. Middle lane in the meantime. They're going to go elsewhere, though. Kraken, he's somewhat tanky. Look, he's running back in. He's like, I want you dead, damn it. There goes the Twin Fang stun. Going to miss, though. And now, actually, Rhapsody in trouble. Splash auto attack does the job right there. So, Gemini, he has to fall back as he kind of split back, or went back into his full form right there. So, yeah, the gank attempt unsuccessful. Things kind of backfiring all across the place here for this Legion team. Top lane now. There's the Boar stun. Magnus, he already used Lava Surge. Torture coming in. Nice Graveyard to stop his chain reactions, but not long enough. He catches him and Certus another kill, and he's like, I don't even care about your tower. I'm going balls to the wall, baby. And it's going to pay off. He is now level 7, a double tap, 6-0-1. This is why you ban Tremble now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Wow, actually, Kraken going on Gemini. Gemini's going to get the Twin Fang and the Haystron, so he's going to survive. But holy moly, man, this Tremble, 460 GPM, 6 minutes in. Yeah, I guess this is probably why we don't see him too much in the competitive scene, because he's always banned out.
I mean, again, it's the idea that he's in a trial lane now. It was a short trial lane, so and then it's not like they were running an aggressive trial lane with Tremble, so that's a little bit more understandable, definitely. But yeah, I mean, honestly, his auto attack damage is what's kind of the most impressive to me. And you know, I'm thinking it's not like his skill build's really assisting with that. It's just more so just straight up his auto attack damage is pretty damn strong for a base auto attack, I guess. So. And he's able to be of good assistance as with that reason said. Now Magnus in the middle lane, he gets taken out. Kraken charged it back. This was Legion team initiating, and it backfires yet again. Kraken's holding his ground. Splash auto attack. Look at that damage right there. Onto those 2 supports. In comes the Thunder Blast, the Torrent to follow. And guess who's here? It's Tremble, baby. As he ports in, he puts a mound down. I found this Legion team somehow addressed Tremble. This is the great thing about Tremble, though, right there. He ports in middle. Yep. Assists with it, or gets a kill even, then he's like, all right, mound, back to the top lane.
Well, he's closing on 500 GPM, 7 minutes in, man. This hero is insane. I mean, like, if you compare his skill set to sort of other heroes, like, if he's Dark Swarm, look, level 1, 30, this is 30 physical damage as well, not magical damage, 30 physical damage a second, plus, you know, 8% less damage. Yeah. If you compare that to sort of level 1 Rot on Devourer, not only does it do more damage, he doesn't even take damage, he actually reduces damage. So, as you can see, Tremble,
strong.
Yeah, pretty strong.
That's a good point. I mean, when you do compare it to Rot, or Decay, I guess is technically called, but Rot's just so much easier. That's strong. It really is. And, you know, I brought up the point, it's like, is all this hype about Tremble, I guess Cthulhuphon was even more the hero that I was bringing it up for, but Tremble's like kind of the same. Is it all hype, or is it really something to it? I think this game kind of proves that. Drunken Master, he's going to get taken out of the bottom lane as well. Torturer coming in to assist. Not much Drunken could do right there himself. Witchslayer is going to find Glacius with that said. And finally a kill for the Legion team may be happening unless Glacius somehow gets away from this. No, says Magnus. He lands a long-range stun. And at least they pick up a kill right there onto Glacier. So something happened. But look at Tremble now. Again, he's bottom lane all of a sudden. And he's just going to farm down here. So this hero has so much potential to just be anywhere on the map because of that Boris, especially, and the mounds all over the place. And he's going to push this bottom lane, and I don't think the Legion team is going to do anything about it.
It's like he's got a Nymph port as well with those kind of mounds as well. Like, I mean, Tremble, it's pretty strong. Mid lane,
Yeah.
Kraken going in. Just going to get his charge away. Drunken Master cannot get in range for the stagger back.
Yeah, this Legion team, you could tell. I mean, maybe even frustration starting to kick in.
Claw.
They collapse. Did he get it? Okay.
Yep.
You know, and again, it just makes so much sense, especially here once again. If you're going to get it in a game where you're excelling like this, it's that kind of farming tool, like the Rune Cleaver, the Alchemist Bones even. It's but better, and you can definitely argue because of the changes to it, that Thunderclaw proc. And then into Charge Timbre. It's ridiculous, Charge Timbre, man. Every 3 hits, and especially with his passive, it works. So every single auto attack, he's taking away 2 charges on the Thunderclaw and Charge Timbre. So we're seeing rapid damage coming out in the AoE sense, and especially to assist with that farm. So it's a level. It's definitely a one-hit wonder ability too, isn't it? Because really. Sure, you do more damage the more you level it up, but hey, you get level 1 of it, and proc-based items are working even double the effectiveness then, in that sense. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of focus on Tremble for obvious reasons. Again, he's 500 gold per minute, and especially now with the Thunderclaw pickup, it's probably just going to continue to excel. So, really, let's look at the Legion team here. Let's try to give them hope in terms of where things are going for them. Beaver Banger is playing Gemini. That's the hope, I guess. But yeah, this is not hope. As Swift Flame playing Magnus, he will fall yet again. And Tremble will definitely just damage on the tower, and that's easy. Madman gets caught? Yeah, Madman is going to be caught, so Gemini assisting for the kill at least, probably even going to get it. He will assist for it. Drunken Master gets the kill, but at least something. Again, they lose the top tower in the process. But there is something there. So like I said, Beaver Banger is playing Gemini, and this guy does have very good history on this hero. So there's the hope that I'm going to give them. What about you?
No, I think Gemini can definitely sort of carry this back. I mean, well, like I said before, Tremble, very, very good at the start. He's almost like a snowballing carry. Yeah, he can still carry in the late game, but compare it to, say, like a fully farmed Gemini, I think I'd maybe have to just sort of give it back to Gemini in the end. I mean, he just so strong with his passive, but I guess you could sort of say that with Tremble at the same time. But I still think Gemini can definitely sort of carry at least equally with this Tremble. So as long as he can get his farm, it should be fine. Middle lane though.
Yeah, middle lane, there's going to be an initiation right here. Drunken Master, he's caught in the release. The Kraken, several times we've seen Kraken do that now. He gets all these TPs and everyone to initiate, and then he just charges out as if nothing even happened. So he's kind of just almost playing the taunter here for the Hellborn side, and actually gets a charge off right there. Drunken Master, he's going to be just out of range. Bottom lane in the meantime, Gemini is being chased down. Oh, look at who's lurking in. We got Tremble, Boris, the net's going to be coming out. There you go. Gemini splits up, though. Perfect timing. He's going to go for a turnaround. No, he's not going to get it. Beautiful play right there, honestly.
Lame.
That was his best bet, but still, he does fall in the end. Back to the middle lane. You do see Witchslayer port in. But again, they just back off. They're like, you know what? You used a couple resources. We'll just fall back and let our Tremble farm, as he just continues to do. Both creeps and heroes, as he's 9-0-1 right now. So apparently having some server issues there, but yeah, I mean, both sides even getting them. Sustainer going to be picked up here by Tremble though in the meantime. So he's going to be working towards a Nullstone here actually. And you think he needs a Nullstone?
Yeah, I mean, Nullstone's sort of fine on Tremble. I don't have anything about that. It's just whenever you go against a Witchslayer, Nullstone is kind of void because you can just mana drain, which costs absolutely nothing for Witchslayer, and then just take it off completely. So that's one issue. But at the same time, that sort of requires Witchslayer to be there all the time. So that's your middle lane. Talk to Witchslayer.
See ya. Tremble there with Madman. No chance for him really. Gemini, just felt that breath right there, but Tremble just easily walks away. Not the biggest deal there. Yeah, how much mana? So the Q again. It's 15 mana per second. That's right. Okay, so yeah, for some reason I thought it was just 15 mana flat. You're good to go, but no, 15 mana per second. That makes a little bit more sense. So yeah, maybe with that taken into consideration, can keep that on a little bit more willingly and freely throughout farming and fights. But Yeah, he is now 10-0-1, a champion of Neworth already. So the good news is for Blue Dingo Balls here, you kill him, you'll get quite the bounty at this point, but that's the hard part, killing him. Especially with the start. Drunken Master, he's going to be able to make the port out and be just fine. But, you know, there's so much focus on Tremble, again, deservedly so, but you also look at the supporting cast around him. Kraken, 420 gold per minute. He's got Steam Boots and a Portal Key. Madman's even up there at 330 GPM. He's got his kind of just starting items here. And you also have to give it, again, we're only 14 minutes in. We're not even at that 15-minute mark yet. So, oh, geez, Gemini, yep. He's going to be caught right here by that Kraken with the Portal Key. Tries to get out. Oh, he will at the last second, actually. And Torture also ends up going down, and so will Kraken. So finally, something going the way for the Legion team, it feels like, after this whole game just going against them for the most part. So double tap on a Drunken Master. And again, maybe that's a sign of a start here. And like you were saying, Gemini is definitely a hero to reckon with. Granted, his farm is not really the most comparable right now to Tremble right here. Casey trying to tone down the Tremble hype here in this game, saying, you know, it's not really. I mean, sure, okay. I mean, to be frank, yes, it's not like his opposition is playing the prettiest necessarily either. You can't look at this game and be like, oh, Tremble's clearly OP, you know, just from a one-game example. So, I mean, I guess I don't want to get too ahead, but.
Yeah. And at the same time, he was in a trial lane, and obviously, if you can come out ahead or come out quite favourably in those sort of trial lane matchups. I mean, every single kill he got, I mean, they obviously didn't return any kills on him. So at the same time, he's sort of been fed in that sort of sense. So yeah, like you said, I mean, I think the hero is very, very strong. I mean, you wouldn't be surprised if he does get maybe some nerfs before Hontor Season 3, but in the end, yeah, obviously not completely broken. It's not like a Kronos factor. I mean, it's not as bad as Kronos.
No.
Kronos was terrible.
No.
Kronos was cancelled.
Kronos was, yeah, he was bad. Kraken, can he charge away? Again, he's able to charge before he falls. And again, a lot of resources used to ultimately get nothing in the end for the Legion team, as all 5 of them are actually here for the time being. So, but yeah, for me, it was more so just hearing about all this hype, again, about Tremble, and now actually seeing him just go so successful in this game, just kind of fills that in. Gemini, what is he doing so far up? He's going to get caught out, actually. Freeze comes out as well. There's the kill. The protective Melody, not in time now. Magnus will get the counter kill, but the Hellborn team still overall pretty happy. Rhapsody going to fall to Tremble, and now Magnus needs to get the hell out of here. Hastern may help with that. Oh, but the freeze at the last second, the chain reactions. Oh, that's brutal. Oh. You can see it in his grasp. He's like reaching out to grab the Hastern, and unfortunately, it gets stolen from him, as well as the death. So, yep. 16.5 minutes in, Dawn is making a statement here. Again, undefeated throughout these qualifiers. And they want to go into that Diamond Division with that momentum. And be a team to reckon with, no doubt. As Drunken Master, you be in trouble, good sir. He's going to lunge, stagger, okay. He's going to be kind of juke and jive a little bit using those Ghost Marchers. Maybe TP. He's going to have to do it soon here. Does he get the angle? I mean, no. He tried. Oh, in the meanwhile, in the middle. Oh, they finally killed Tremble. Look at where he was, too. He was down past the tower. There you go. There's the bounty for the Legion team. So, finally, they killed Tremble. And, again, maybe that's something.
No, it is a possibility. I mean, like, Magnus, you know, closing in on his portal key. If they can get that, I mean, Witchlight's level 7 as well. Get a few kills here and there. Yeah, they are definitely got their backs against the wall because of the sort of terrible laning phase they've had, but it's definitely not over it. It's just one of those things that they need to start getting some kills on the board, and I mean that all starts with getting the Tremble as well. So you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long journey ahead of them, but yeah, exactly. I'll start somewhere, and that's most certainly one of the better ways you could begin that long journey to Mordor, and eventually. Okay, we're getting a little too nerdy here.
I love it, man. I love it.
I don't know where I was going with that. Top lane, Magnus. He's going to be fine. He's kind of just feeling it out here, looks like. He's the one that got that bounty, by the way, so he's 1330 gold now. Portal Key, it's a coming along, but Abyssal Skull just picked up by Mammoth. You know, gold farm's one thing, but level 15 already, too. Jeez. I mean, the highest level on the Legion side is 11. on both Gemini and Drunken. So he's very likely going to be level 16 while they're still level 11 on their highest over there. So just another reason as to why it's just kind of ridiculous right now where they're at. Yeah, I also kind of like this. He put one of the mounds on his own Ancients, and, you know, I guess so that's, you know, the obvious there. It doesn't block the camp. It just allows him to easily port over to it when need be, or bury to it, or whatever you want to say, to then do Ancients, or in this case, do Congour, as they're going to do. And a double damage Madman definitely helps with that. Heroes with at least 600 experience per minute. 81% win percentage, okay. That would make sense. Definitely very high there. Is, well, what was it? It's 600, okay, yeah. Tremble's way up there. Tremble got the token now? Yeah. I almost want to say, is that even, does that make sense to you? Would you even rather seen it like on the Kraken or the Madman?
I don't know what you mean, because it's going to be really hard. I don't know how hard, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard for them to take him down once, let alone twice, and I don't know if he will die once, so I guess it's just like he is the hard carry, they don't want him to die at all, so they sort of just secure it on him. And at the same time, like, he has the most farm, and so at least this time they can sort of just send him up and siege the base, whereas Madman is most likely going to sort of stay in the back, perhaps? No, he's going to go up. But like with him and with the token, he can sort of just siege the space without any fear that he's going to get jumped on if you get on him.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Yeah, sitting on the front lines. They do get the bottom first tower, at least something there for the Legion side once again. There's the Hex on a Tremble. Graveyard just really poking in there, trying to disorient them, trying to maybe make them, almost taunt them in a sense, but you're not falling for it. Tremble quickly cleans up with the Thunderclaw, and he's just going to go for the ranged racks. Any building that's in front of me, I'll just right-click and auto-attack. Don't really care. He's going to sit on the mound as well. Do they even have any kind of vision here on the lead? Nothing. I mean, they do got Dust. Okay, Dust on Rhapsody. There's a Rev for the Hellborn team, actually, just in case, but Tremble's going to keep it going. Right-clicks onto the melee racks. You got to think of the Legion side. You got to go somewhere soon here, or else this is going to be a free racks kill. Again, one of those very, very difficult situations to be in, but you got to make a move, you feel, or else you might as well concede at that point. Level 16 Tremble now. He's got the token. There's a combo coming out. He still has so much life, though. Magma stuns in. Is this it? No. Oh, jeez. You got to do something. I mean, that was a half commitment from the team, and it just, well, it just went horrendous. They are going to jump in on the Madman right here. There's the fallen silver bullet even comes out, but it's still not enough for the kill. The power supply going to be used. He turns it around. Magma's after the buyback. He goes down immediately. They're going to drop Torture. Maybe. Nope. Never mind. He also stays alive. A hat trick coming out for Certes. He gets a quad kill. He's going for the annihilation, and he very likely may get it right here even more. Tremble is actually going to be damaged down again. He has a token. It's almost, he probably has at a point, you know what, just kill me anyways. Meanwhile, they don't have the racks killed yet, actually, so Hellborn team needs to be careful right here. Charge coming in from Kraken. There's a stun from Magus after another buyback. Tremble still alive, though. Now he's putting in the auto attack. Thunderclaw going off. Gets one call to protect him out. It will save the Dan. Down goes Tremble. And now both Kraken and Glacius trying to fall back. Glacius is caught. He's going to fall. Is this really going to be a genocide for Blue Dingo Balls? I think it might be. Kraken, yeah, he goes down. Oh, Jesus, he coming in. Oh, no, Tremble's there. He's like, I'm back, bitches. There goes the shrunken head. And they can do nothing about it. What a buyback. Just when you thought the hope was actually kind of there. Oh, he ruins the day.
So, yeah, Tremble's sort of pretty balanced.
Okay, we get it. He needs nerfs. Okay, no. Yeah, and now he is hanging around a little too long here, perhaps. They get the melee racks. It's going to come at a cost, though. Okay, so Tremble will fall again. Yeah, he does get the racks in the end. But no, like you said, they did have some ways to deal with him. And at the same time, you know, Legion are very, very far behind in terms of golden XP. If they had like equal farms to Tremble, it probably wouldn't be as bad as well, like you said. He just gave Tremble like a really good start, and it's making him look in the most positive in terms of the spotlight. So. Yeah. Well, I mean, the dude's at 687 gold per minute. It's not many times we see that mark being hit.
22 minutes in as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely the big point. I mean, top end, a little bit of action. Middle end also kind of going back and forth. Gemini actually does get caught in the background. Now Drunken's able to take out Torturer. Gemini will Twin Fangs away. And he is going to be fine. Obviously, Tremble not a part of that. Well, he's still dead. Waiting to resurrect right here. And that's, you know, again, kind of a downside being such a high level, especially this early on in the game. When you do die, unlike everyone else, you're taking quite a bit to respawn. So he's going to have to wait even 10 more seconds here. before he's going to be back up. But yeah, so you had your fun if you're Dawn. Yeah, again, obviously that was they were overextending. They were going really far into the Legion base when they could have played it safe and just gone for the racks and even gone out. But they're still in a hefty lead. Nothing to really be too worried about. And they did ultimately get the melee racks in the end. But where I'm getting at is, don't do it again. Don't do it again, because it could get scary then if you do it again. Drunken, that's a berserk madman, and thus scary. Extra scary, even. Okay, he's going to be fine, though. Quick lunge, and he gets away. Gemini, though, again, you look at the GPM chart, it's like, it may seem like it's pretty small, but it's not too bad. 358 for Gemini and 366 for Drunken. Actually, not too shabby there for those two heroes. Tremble also buys another Mighty Blade here. Interesting.
For Laza.
Okay. Yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah, I was like...
You can double proc on it as well, of course, because well, you can't double proc on it, but there's more chance obviously with the impalers and stuff. So.
He gets the quick blade, so just needs the pattern, and I'm gonna have that good to go as well. So that was the last outer tower now destroyed in favor of the Hellborn team right there. And now going to start to fall back. You see Tremble is just going to go to the top lane most likely. Up here at least. Oh, he runs into Gemini actually. We'll catch him. Look at the damage coming out. He doesn't have the Brutalizer just yet though, so no lockdown from the auto attacks. And Gemini will actually be able to make the escape, but that was scary for Gemini. He's just farming in the jungle right there, and all of a sudden Tremble appears with a mound, so got to be careful in those situations. Almost gets caught out right there, but again, does stay alive. Drunken Master, he's going for a full demonic first here. You like that decision?
I mean, I've seen it done quite a bit before. I think Estee Green used to do it all the time, but you can actually have Bulwark and then rush like the Shield Breaker, and the amount of damage you do is absolutely insane. I mean, in theory, the demonic breastplate might be better for the team, but if you just go max sort of deduction in terms of armor, you can do so much damage as Drunken Master. I mean, you could also see him get a Shrunken Head instead of that. But at the same time, obviously, he's going against a lot of physical presence coming out from Tremble, as well as the ultimate or the superior lockdown from Kraken. So I can understand why he wants to rush the demonic breastplate.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, that kind of backs it up right there. This is definitely one of the higher GPM games we've seen in a long, long time, and only had a couple that were higher in the CIC. Both from Flensmeister, actually. So, Tremble, he's been upwards of just over 700 gold per minute at his high point. And right now, those 693 GPM, leading the way at the top lane right here. So, will he at least have that demonic? I think he will. Yeah, he's porting back right now. He is going to have a demonic breastplate. There you go. Purchases it. Figuring, he is out of buybacks, actually. Him and Magnus. That's important to note. Do not have buybacks at this point, so. And Gemini has enough gold for this one buyback, but we'll see if that even comes into play. But again, the case that they need to go sooner than later, they will jump in right here. Tremble, of course, the focus fire, Silver Bullet, even me and use. He has the Dark Swarm up, though, mitigating that damage, putting up plenty himself. Now he is still dropping, but so is the Legion team. Gemini goes down, Drunken goes down, and it's just Rhapsody and Witch Slayer. They're not going to be able to provide much else. Now Gemini will come back, and Tremble realizes that with the rest of the team. They do not want to stick around a little bit longer. Magnus, though, beautiful stun. The Twin Phase on top. Can they actually kill Tremble? No, they cannot just yet. In fact, no, Tremble putting up plenty of damage himself once again. Gemini will fall down. Goes Magnus. And that probably is going to secure it. GGs are being called. Oh, go to Dawn. Dawn moving to the Diamond Division of Cycle number 1 for Han Tour Season 3. Big congratulations for them. Again, undefeated in games all throughout of these qualifiers. So very, very deserving. Blue Dingo Balls, they obviously still have a chance. Just going to be bumped down to the losers bracket finals now in the end. But whew, what a game, and Tremble. That's a word you can use to sum up that game right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to see him blind banned for most of the tournament in Hunter Season 3, most likely. But again, obviously, I mean, just to reiterate, I mean, the hero obviously had probably the best start you could have. I mean, and also if you give the best start to any hero, it can look quite strong.
Yeah.
So I can understand that, but I mean, obviously the Tremble sort of overshadowing the fact that Dawn have played absolutely fantastic this whole series, and I can't stress that enough. Being obviously a team we used to play against Dawn all the time, and we could never beat them, and because they're just that good, they're that strong, they're so tight in terms of sort of team fights and team coordination, and they're just great players. And I really think they can go really far in terms of the Diamond Division. And I'd love to see them against sort of the tops, against BMG, against Sync, and see if they can give them a good game.
Well, and again, sure. So they qualify here. Yes, this does mean they're going to be either matched up against BMG or Sync, of course, in the end, in the first round at least of the Diamond Division. Now it is a double elimination, so you take that in mind. But again, of course, yes, I'm not going to try to sit here and say, oh my God, I think Dawn has a really good chance. They probably don't. BMG and Sync are the top teams there for a good reason, of course. But Dawn, I think, has that factor of, again, a lot of momentum here. They went undefeated through these qualifiers. And if anything, I know, KZU, several Sync players have been typing. I wouldn't be surprised if BMG's even watching this, not 100% sure who they're going to be playing in that first round just yet. But they could kind of catch them maybe a little bit off guard, a little bit surprised.
No, I agree.
It could happen, especially with how much BMG and Sync haven't been playing lately, at least in tournaments. So.
Exactly. I mean, Dawn have been playing all the time. Tournaments, scrims, you name it, TMM, anything they've been playing it. Whereas BMG and Sync, I mean, they might get caught, just having a little bit of just, just not playing, pretty much. I mean, if you don't play for a couple of whiles, particularly sort of competitive scene as well, you can be a little bit rusty. And you never know. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to sit here, like you said as well, and that Dawn can or are going to beat them or we're going to beat them. But, I mean, they definitely have a good chance. And it'd be one game to watch, without a doubt.
It will indeed. So, again, Cycle number 1 officially starts next weekend, ladies and gentlemen. But we do still have the qualifiers to wrap up here. And one very important matchup still left. That, of course, it will be our first match tomorrow. It is going to be Blue Dingo Balls versus Rexstars. Rexstars did win their series 2-0 over Moe's Tavern in the losers bracket. So Moe's Tavern going to be one of the last teams entering the Gold Division, whereas Blue Dingo Balls and Rexstars now, one of those two teams, will join Diamond. And again, I do find it a little ironic almost that Rexstars, they were qualified in a sense, but they ended up disbanding going into the second season of or second cycle, whatever, of Carnage Calabar. Thus, they were not qualified for the Diamond Division. I believe Shrekislava actually ended up getting that spot in the end. Hey, they have a chance now to regroup in some things, kind of figure some things out. They have a chance to earn it through these qualifiers, and wouldn't that be something too? But that is going to be a great series. That's going to kick us off tomorrow. And then that will be followed by the grand finals. The winner of that will play Dawn, actually, in the winner bracket or in the grand finals. And again, technically not a whole lot on the line there outside of points and seeding going into Cycle 1, but still going to be a fun finish. In the end, that does mean we will get to see Dawn at least one more time before Cycle 1 officially starts. So, anyways, all that information out of the way. It's been a blast throughout these qualifiers here, to the later part especially. And I can't wait to, wrap things up tomorrow. And then again, eventually leading to Cycle 1 starting the following weekend. But as always, Mini Maggot, any shout-outs, any final words here?
No shout-outs, just saying, obviously, congratulations to Dawn. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I mean, Rexstars versus Blue Dingo Balls. It's going to be a good series. We had a good series in the winners bracket before. And we're going to see it in the winners or losers bracket tomorrow as well. So looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah. You know what, actually? I don't know if you have any other contacts by chance. Think about this. Do you have any other contacts for Dawn by chance? Maybe we want to see if they want to hop on for an interview?
Yeah, man. I can try and hook them up. Give me just 2 seconds.
Yeah, let's try to figure that out, because actually that'd be pretty cool to obviously get one of them on here at least and kind of talk about, see how they're feeling. Again, one of these new teams that, as I'm sure there's going to be several of them going into the Haunter Season 3 that we just don't know much about at the beginning, but by the end, we may know plenty. And these could be one of those guys. So yeah, I guess you'll reach out there. So with that said, let's just take a short break right here while you get that figured out. And if anything, we might be back with an interview. If anything, though, I'll also let you guys know if we're just going to be wrapping it up instead if we can't get one. But so stay tuned, guys. Perhaps a post-game interview should be coming up here. If not, we'll officially wrap up and be done for the night. But stay tuned, guys. We'll be back.
used to know. From a distance, the glare seemed so strong. The resistance within it go on. I already see it, there's nothing to say. Don't wanna believe it, so what do you blame it, change? Feels like the weight of the world on there. If I never feel this way, think my mind is all you'll ever change.
I'm not sure I quite follow. Nothing was imposed on you. Maybe we should try it once again. Why did you do?
All right, welcome back. Let me unmute you guys real quickly. There we go. All right, welcome back, guys, to Honcast.com. As promised, we were able to get one of the players from Dawn. We got Certus, the captain. Certus, how's it going?
It's good.
It's going good. Is that how you pronounce it, by the way, Certus?
I don't know. Maybe Certus or...
You don't know how to pronounce your own name.
I mean, Certus is good.
Certus, okay. Well, I'm looking forward to pronouncing it more here. I mean, we've had a lot of fun watching you guys over these last this last week especially, and of course especially today. And first off with that said, congratulations on qualifying for Diamond. Did you guys think that you had a chance when you first started these qualifiers?
Of course. I mean, we were only going for Diamond. Anything else would be a complete failure.
I like it. That is good attitude to have. So, who are you guys? I mean, and I mean that in the sense that I mean, I think we've seen you guys like in gold in past seasons, maybe. But what is your guys' history?
We don't have a history. I mean, none of us has played with each other before. We are a completely new team. Some people played in other teams gold, but we are a completely new team. We don't have any history whatsoever.
Okay. What do you think about Haunter Season 3? Are you looking forward to it?
I don't know, playing Sync or BMG is pretty bad start. But we really want to beat them.
Let me ask you this. Do you think you can beat them?
Yes,
Good answer.
but it's going to be really hard. But I think we can do it.
Good answer. No, I like that. Yeah, it's going to be a tough challenge to start things off, but, you know, being a newer team, you know, that's obviously, you know, usually how it would work out. But now it is double elimination with that said as well. What do you think about the other teams? We know about BMG and Sync. What do you think overall Diamond? Do you think it's just going to be a great competition all throughout?
I think BMG and Sync are pretty, I mean, they're dominant. Willow Keep is decent. Recent Gaming is okay. And the four other teams, I mean, the two other teams, we are better.
Yeah, confidence there.
Certes, but one question. Where do you think you're going to end up in the Cycle 1? Where are you going to place?
I don't know, man. I'm going to say third or fourth place.
Ooh, quite high up.
I like the high hopes. I really do. It's good to see, you know, again, especially for a team, you know, kind of, as you said, sounds like kind of somewhat newer team and coming into this. So, what do you think about Ursa Core, the prize pool, and the community funding and everything? I'm sure that's pretty exciting for you guys, especially knowing that you're Diamond now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Have you contributed?
A little bit, I think.
So some of your money will be a part of that. So,
Also, one more question. Tremble, OP
Okay.
or what? What's the deal with him?
Completely OP. It's not even remotely balanced. I mean, I played it here in Team M. I never lose. I win 1 versus 5 with this hero. It's completely broken.
so do you feel bad playing it? Is it like did you feel bad playing it that game too? There.
Feels dirty.
No.
when he
In
plays it.
competitive, I don't feel bad because, I mean, if they make the mistake, not ban Tremble,
Okay.
don't even pick Tremble, I mean, of course I pick Tremble. But in Team M, I don't pick Tremble because I feel bad if I do.
Feel dirty. Like,
Yeah.
dirty. Oh, man.
All right. So yeah, that's something that Minimag had brought up, and we kind of saw here. You're the kind of player that you like to build your own items. Do you look at other players like up to like BMG or Sync players as far as what they build and stuff, or do you just kind of do your own thing?
I do my own thing. I think some things that the top teams do maybe is not the most efficient, and I think I've found better ways to play some heroes, according to me. But so I go my own way, really.
Yeah.
I have to admit, the Elder Parasite Mage Bane really was quite an eye-opener to me, personally. I've never seen it before, and when you think about it, in theory, it works so well, so definite props to that. I mean, Breaky was said on the cast, actually, I don't know if you've caught it yet, but you remind him a little bit of a little mini Slicks. Would that be a fair comment to say?
That sounds amazing.
The mini
If I could be
Slicks.
compared to Slicks.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's very deserving. I mean, obviously it's still very early on, but it's going to be fun to see you and your team progress here. One last thing too, Moe's Tavern. No, it's not. It's Blue Dingle Bowls versus Rexars is the other matchup now. Which of those teams do you think are going to be joining you in the Diamond Division?
I think Rexars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rexars.
Sorry, go on.
Oh.
Go on, man.
That's all I'm gonna say.
There's one question that Quincy asked me. Who would you rather play, BMG or Zinc?
To be honest, I thought about it a lot, and I have no idea.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, maybe BMG is slightly worse with no limp, but
Yeah,
it's really difficult.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, it's. Yeah, I hear you there. That is not an easy decision. So obviously, it will be determined by depending on how you do tomorrow in the grand finals and the seeding there. But no matter what, it's going to be a tough matchup, like I said. But hey, I like the confidence, and I think it is well deserved. So, any shout outs? Minimag, anything else?
No, man, that's all the questions I got.
All right, Certus, any shout outs? Anything you want to say here?
I guess shout out to Sakto, and that's it.
There you go. Certus from Dawn, the captain of Dawn, and now officially captain of a team that's going to be in Diamond Division. So once again, congratulations there. The only player on the team to not tag up Dawn, by the way. I'm disappointed in that.
Oh, yeah.
You,
You need to tag up Dawn, man, ASAP when you go in Diamond.
I'm gonna fix that.
Nice. I like that. All right. Appreciate it, Certus. You're a good guy, and look forward to both watching and perhaps talking to you again soon.
Okay, see ya.
There we go. Certus again joining us from Dawn right there. Good guy. Good guy. I love the confidence, man. It seems like we have, kind of, two sides of the scale when it comes to especially players like that never interviewed before, that are kind of newer on the scene. One side is like, yeah, we know that we're outmatched, we're the underdogs, and we're just gonna give it our best effort. We're probably not gonna win, but we'll have fun with it. And on the other side, you got a player like Certus, where he's like, we're confident, man. We're going into Diamond. We expect a top 3, top 4 finish, maybe. We expect even to perhaps do something against BMG and Sync. I love that. I mean, it just gets the attitude going, and that's a good attitude to have in the end. So there you go. Yeah, I think that officially is going to be wrapping it up now. With that said, unless Mini Maggot, anything else to add?
No, man, I'm just looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be some good games and a good end to the whole good sort of tournament of the sort of qualifiers. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Agree. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially now going to be wrapping up. Again, we will be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 1800 Central European Time. We'll be back with what is going to be Blue Dingaballs versus Rexars in the Losers Bracket Finals. Stop it! I try so hard.
I'm so sorry. And the name's just too funny, man.
And then in the background, I just hear this, and it's just like, I know, I'm gonna laugh. Yeah, I hope they make Diamond, just for that sake. Anyway, so we'll see, obviously, how that plays out tomorrow. But Dawn, again, they are the first team of these qualifiers that will be joining the other 6 in Diamond. It's one more team, and then Psycho 1 officially commences next weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. The Losers Bracket Finals for the Hontura Season 3 qualifiers coming at you. Have a good night, guys.